Hey, Taga. Said I was going to make a response, and here it is. It's the second vid that I'm doing today. I was thinking about doing a third because Tommy for the Bronx had an interesting one that I wanted to respond to, but it depends if I feel like doing that one or not. By the way, I'm drinking some green tea. My throat was parched. Okay. I think my friend's trying to get through. You can pass, man. Anyways, your point on religion and politics covered a whole lot of points, so I'll try to give my own little mishmash of it all. Yo, friend of mine. Politics, secular governments, and religion. Yes, this is supposed to be a secular government. Supposed to be. There are people right now who not only believe that... There are some people who believe that this isn't supposed to be a secular government. They are apparently people who failed history lessons or went to a school that taught them rather incompetently. Maybe they just forgot the history lessons. Then there are those who think it's pathetic that we have a secular government and want to change it. They also got a few screws loose. This is supposed to be a secular government. Now, there are certain religious fanatics who use the term secular government rather ineptly. Secular government does not mean that they are anti-religion. This is the way they always like using the term. Secular is anti-religion, it's an evil thing. No, bullshit. A secular government is simply a government that does not champion any one religion over another and believes that anybody can believe in whatever religion they see fit. A secular government supports freedom of religion. It just does not choose one over the other as the main one. Now, whether the few pinheads out there want to accept this or not, that is actually a good thing. Because if you have a government that does not champion one religion over another and lets people pick whatever religion they see fit, that means that your religion will not be oppressed or restricted in any way, save if it's going to try to mess with the way the government does things, or if it's going to infringe upon somebody else's livelihood, their way of life. Basically, a secular government is a government that says that, listen, believe whatever the hell you want, just don't try to tell us how to run the government, and don't try to tell somebody else how to live their life or try to infringe upon their own lives or live their own life. Because we're letting you live your life the way you see fit, so it's only fair that you do the same for others. That's what a secular government supports. Now, those who are against the secular government basically are trying to say, fuck your lifestyle, fuck your particular religion, ours is the only one that should exist, and we will infringe ours upon you, whether you like it or not. They love talking about how their religious freedom is supposedly infringed upon, but they are quick to try to jump on everyone else. Is this fair? Hell no. Come on, any sane person would be able to figure that out. Sorry, had to cut. Anyway. Man, this is good stuff. It's always good to make your own iced tea. I know you were upset with the fact that even though this is supposed to be a secular government, they're able to do smear campaigns like basically say, oh, Obama was a Muslim, shit like that, and they're trying to actually use that as if though it's a negative. And that should not work with a secular country with a secular government. Yeah, it shouldn't work, but it does, and that's simply because of the people out there that want this to be a theocracy. And you also got to remember, we got a president who likes using that for his own gains. He talks about how God is on his side all the freaking time. And it works. It's depressing to think of, but the reason why it works is, once again, you have a very misinformed, very little educated group of people who believe in superstitions rather than knowledge. Take that as you will, people, but it is the truth. I mean, it's getting to the point where we now even have people who not only believe that the world is only 6,000 years old, but they're beginning to believe again that the world is flat. This surprised me. I already thought it was bad enough that you got people believing that, the world is 6,000 years old. It even got more ridiculous when we were dealing with people who believe that Adam and Eve walked with the dinosaurs. My gods. And now you're getting people believe, you know what, maybe that whole world is flat thing really is true. If you think I'm making it up, look it up. This is how bad things are getting. And it is thanks to a religious right agenda. See, here's the problem. Throughout history, people who have been taking a very good look at the world and examining the way the world works have realized that religion didn't quite get things right. They didn't get the origins of the world right. I mean, well, look, you can just look in let's take the Bible itself. In Genesis, they talk about how the sky is a solid object, okay? First of all, they talk about how the sun and all that goes around the earth. Well, we've proven that's untrue. But they say that the sky, the heavens, is actually a solid object around the earth, and it rotates. All the stars and stuff like that are painted on it, right? And there are floodgates that open up when it's time for the rains. And when the floodgates open, the water comes down, and that's how it rains. It's in the Bible. It's right. I got the Bible right over there. I can show it to you guys if you don't believe me. I'll put up another bin. So here, you see here the quotes. We know that ain't true. They got that wrong. They have this view that the world is flat. That was wrong. You know, we can go on and on. Heavens. Did you notice that in linguistically heaven and sky is used interchangeably? That's because they were considered the same thing. This is why heaven's always depicted as a cloudy area in the blue sky. But as we kept going higher and higher with airplanes and then rockets and then got out the earth to see space beyond, we realized there ain't no heaven there. So then we ended up putting heaven in another dimension or something. Likewise with hell. Hell originally just simply meant like a hole in the ground. It didn't mean like a flaming dimension, somewhere else. I can go on and on about this. As time went on and we began noticing this stuff ain't true, that started backing the church into a corner. And people started calling them out for their bullshit. And it took the church a long time to finally admit, yeah, Galileo was right. Yeah, you guys are right. But with all this constant backing up in a corner, more and more people were beginning to realize, man, maybe all of religion is bullshit. Even their morality, they don't stick to. Is it bad to kill or not? Well, it's bad to kill unless you happen to be going up against another group of people who believe in a different invisible man than they do. Then it's okay to kill. You know what I mean? Like, they can't even get that straight. So it started backing up in the corner, and as more people began realizing this is bullshit. At this point, the only way to combat something like that, if you're trying to keep religion alive, is to kind of do a 180, which is what the religious right and these fanatics and these wackos are doing. They're beginning to finally say, you know what, no, F science. You guys have it totally wrong. Never mind the fact that they mostly got it right. You guys are totally wrong. We're right, damn it. Flies in the face of reason, but it's about the only recourse they have left. And the government loves it.